Hey there, welcome back. Marius here, and today we have a Raft and 25 points where actually is everything you need to know how to play Raft. And I need to point out specifically why there will be a lot of things I'm not including because of the spoils. You will see a lot of other YouTubers and everything where basically they spoil and show you whatever you will be able to do, build. The game is short, and part of the game's charm is actually to find your own things, find your own items, find your own whatever you are going through. And I specifically chose the points where I give you everything you need to know. Rest of that you will discover. You will not be stumbling on anything that is problematic, right? Maybe a little bit, but that's also part of the game. Keep that in mind. Okay, so let's jump to the points we have. Point number 1 is HP is overrated. So whenever you see something you want to grab, you know there's always a sharky in the water. You can take few bites depending on difficulty level. My advice, especially at the beginning, you will see yourself how many bites can you take before you need to take safe land from the sharky. Okay, so having full health doesn't give any benefit to you, and health regenerates over time. So yeah, just small little thing that you can use, especially at the beginning. It's really important. Next up, we have focus on chest barrels and briefcases. This is something also in the early game, but through the whole game. Anything that holds more items, chest barrels, briefcases, boxes, have more valuable items. From water you can pick out just basics, let's say, but in the chest there are more valuable items. Not going to name any specifics, but just bear that in mind through whole game. Next up, point number 3, we have spare tools and weapons. You see there's a durability for all weapons basically and most items in the game, so they will wear out. The problem usually is when you are trying to conserve the resources, okay, don't do that. Just build spare, but before you need a spare. You can always store it somewhere. You will be storing a lot of items. So before your spear breaks, have another one. Just that's really unfortunate when the time you need it, you don't have one, and then you need to find resources to create. Just a lot of hassle, okay? Spare items, tools, whatever you are using, that's a tip. Tip number 4 is listen to animals. 2 particular I will mention that are here with you since the beginning. One of them is bird in the sky that will come to your raft for certain things, and the bird screeches quite loudly, and the same for a shark. When shark attacks and takes bite of your raft, that's also from the start, you can hear when that is happening. And it is important. Why? Because first you need to defend your raft from the shark. As soon as you hear that sound, you will get it. And the bird also will do the damage, so you need to hear when the bird lands, okay? Hearing is important. Next up, we have store materials. This is something specific. Now, when the game is released even more, don't throw out anything. Whenever you feel like you don't have a room or something, you have this urge to just, throw items out. You can do that at any point. My advice, don't do that. You never know what you will need in next evolution or story or whatever. Store everything, okay? Just a little tip. Next up, we have point number 6. Don't sort storage. This is something I am proud of because it's really opposite that other streamers and everyone will tell you. And the reason is simple. They have these awesome ideas how to store, like for example, planks. All planks go in here, then you have a next box for other things. I will give you one simple reason why not to do that. Have one I call it a main box where you store, for example, these two items. Why? Because you can craft things straight from the box. What that means is when you have things, materials separated in each box, for example, to create a stone axe, you need to pick planks from one box, pick stone from other, and pick rope or actually palm leaves from third one. You will be crafting a lot of things, okay? So that is really frustrating, and I'd say pick one box where you put main things that are used for crafting. For example, this plank can go in other box, but this will be my setup. And later on, you will find that is really, that's helping a lot better than storing and splitting everything in separate box. Okay, that's for endgame. Then you don't need any tips anymore. But again, at the beginning, don't sort and split, okay? Next, don't repair. For example, I don't have currently a broken anything, but the thing is, when you have a raft, this piece, and let's say Sharky bites it, you defend it, there's an option for you to repair it. And the repair costs, as you can see, one plank. It doesn't repair fully, it repairs by chunks. So at the end, especially in terms of planks, which are at the beginning quite not hard to get, but you will use a lot of them, it's just easier to let that piece broken, half broken. Maybe Sharky bites again, maybe you successfully defend it, and it even can take more than 2 times to attack one piece before it breaks. So you end up saving more materials than just running around and fixing every single piece that shark bites. Okay. Next we have 10 times 10. This is currently, I have a huge raft that is 3 pieces big. My advice, simple as that, don't go beyond 10 times 10. Okay, 10 pieces, 10 pieces, or that's 100 in total. Just for reasons. There will be more tips. Okay, let's switch forward. That gives you more explanation. Expand upwards. Let me show you what that means. Let me check if. Oh yeah. For example, I could hear, and you see, I defended. So yeah, I heard the animal. Now there's a possibility to repair. Okay, this is one bite and then it will crash. But this is not essential. Anyways, the tip about building upwards is, let me see if this will work. Yeah, it will work. So you see, I have a chance if below I have, let's say, 2 times 2 piece, then upwards I can have already extended by 1 piece, and then another level if I'm adding, extending even more. So basically it's upwards, upside down pyramid. Okay, so you can have every next story even bigger in size. So if you start with 10 times 10, then you can go upwards, and trust me, you will have enough space. So that's my tip. Just okay, enough. I don't need to explain. If you have questions, of course, you can ask. But next up, point number 10, we have put stuff on the wall. That's why I built the wall. That's why I picked up the box, because many things you put down, you have limited space. There's a reason why you want to put on wall, because as you can see, I can put 2 or even more boxes on a wall. So they take very little space. Test for yourself what can be put on a wall, what can't. Just an advice, and yeah, you see how it works. All right, next up we have point number 11. Decoration is useful-ish. That what I mean by that. There is a building, whenever you're building something, you will have a food and water and container and tools, weapons, something. At the bottom there's decorations. Most and many of them are absolutely without any point. I'm not going to spoil whatever you can pick out of the ocean and get more decoration recipes. But right away you see there's a clock that shows time, there's a sign, there's a calendar, and some other, and there will be more items. My advice, check decorations. They're not just decorations, they actually add value. Okay? That will be enough said without any spoiling anything. So, point number 12, we have island underwater with grass. This is, yeah, I have parked already on the island, and there is underwater. That is important to understand and know there are things underwater. And the tip specifically is just a guidance. Let me try to find a spot where it's not. So, stupid sharky. So you will see and notice that there are pickable items underwater where there is this grass. I don't know how to call it, flora or something. And there are some huge islands, for example, where you will not see any additional, just a pure sand. Okay, that kind of already is a signal that you will not be able to find any additional things on there. That's how the game is built. Basically, whenever they added items to pick for you, that's where the flora is added. Okay. I need to pick up a little bit water, otherwise I'm slow, but that's, you will find the idea how to do that on your own. So, next up we have floating raft. This is something that goes with the advice about the box. There is none I can show you right away, but you will notice whenever you are going through the water world, there you can encounter mission stuff, islands, and there are rafts, like little rafts that are stationary. Always try to get them. That's my advice. Swim, do whatever you want, because there is always guaranteed chest, and those chests tend to be quite good. Okay, so be aware. Always take a look at all the sides and see if you can grab one. That's basically extra advice to look after. Okay. Next up we have go vegan. Yeah, I know it sounds not. There will be a lot of videos where I can't make. Oh, I can make a grill. Okay, so when you have a grill, you have an option to let's say fish or hunt or something that basically meat. Okay, a lot of YouTube videos will say just fish it. Fishing is dumb, like really dumb. Why dumb? Because whenever you are fishing, you can't do anything else. You literally throw in the fish, and then you have to wait, and then it comes out the food, okay? But when it comes to stuff like, I don't know, potatoes, for example, growing them is quite simple. You always get more out of it, so they are never ending. You never need to worry about it. And later on, you will see it gets even more and more efficient. And when you can grow in high quantities and cook in high quantities, that is way more durable, because all that can be done in quite fast. That's first. The second one is you don't basically lose the time when you're fishing. That's what I'm trying to explain. Of course, mixing and matching and more foods, there's always benefits, but I found it's way easier for me to just grab bunch of potatoes and that's it. Okay. My advice, yeah, I'm the meat and the stuff and the fishing, hell no, easier just. Yeah. Anyways, next up we have fruits for backup. As you saw, I ate all the watermelons. Why fruits? Fruits are type of food. Let me find. Maybe there's something. Oh yeah, cool. Pineapple is perfect. Why? Because fruits give you hunger and thirst. Why? As a backup. This is essential. You saw already how I was slow before, right? When hunger or thirst is beyond the little point at the end, you know. That's why I would advise to always bring, well, at least one stack or item when you find yourself in a trouble far away from the raft, and let's say thirst kicks in or you're hungry, you are slow. That in many cases will mean certain death. It's bad. But if you have this backup fruit, whatever problem you are facing, hunger or thirst, just eating one of them, I will eat it right away so you can see the bars. So that side, see, I gain both a little bit, but that's enough for me to get back to my raft where I have my food or drink. It's really safety net. Just bring a little bit fruits with you. Next, learning to kill a shark. This is something essential. Oh, you bastard! You bite off. Okay, so that shark is quite problematic at the first, and yeah, it beat me, but you can, and I advise to learn it. I will not probably be successful, but when the shark charges, if you stab right in the mouth, it immediately runs away. So I made a hit, and the shark did not hit me. So reason to do that, first of all, when you kill it, then you can easily explore beneath the water. That's one thing. Second thing, from shark, of course, you get meat, which is quite important. Might be quite important. Okay, I will add a few more files. Anyways, just yeah, learn to kill shark. That's quite a usable thing to do in this game. Next up, we have sleeping boost. I'm not able to build it, but simple as that. Why I'm mentioning as a boost? There is no boosters. Damn it, I need more. Yeah, a lot of stuff. This is the first island I just landed for this video, but anyways, I don't need to build it to explain. So, whenever you have simple bed or any bed for that matter, when there's nighttime, you can go to sleep and wake up in the morning, which is absolutely amazing. You skip the darkness and dark things. Easy as that. You're just when there's a light. But there's another bonus. The bonus is boost. There will be, for example, I put an item to be cooked. It takes time for cooking, and there will be more things you will create through the game, which takes time. When you put everything in order to process materials, whatnot, if you go to sleep, it fast forward the time, and when you wake up, they are all done. That's the boost. That's something you can easily, well, not easily, but well, once there's the evening, of course, use, okay? That's the correct name. All right, nets have limits. There is something that this is a little bit spoilish, yes. There is, I haven't learned it. You need to build a research table to learn it, and then you will get it. But that's right next thing, a fishing net that you attach to your raft, and then whenever you go through it, it will basically pick up things from the water surface, like these leaves. So you don't need to hand pick all the time everything. What I learned the hard way, just swimming around on my raft, that those nets, when they are added here, right, they have limits. They gather some amount of items, and then when you're swimming over more of them, they just pass through. So be aware of that. So that's not, you can't gather all the garbage from the ocean. You need to empty your nets occasionally, okay? Next, sail island as anchor. This is something I am doing right now. That's why I'm quite happy with what I have to show you. At the beginning especially, you see I have nothing. No, this was lucky coincidence that my raft basically gets stuck. Because if I went past the island, I would not be able to jump here and gather items. Okay, I don't have tool, but you get the idea. So, two things how you can bypass missing anchor is something like this. I will need to craft a paddle to get away from here. But another thing is whenever you craft a sail, that's right away given you as a recipe, sail and streamer. With this streamer, you will see there's always a direction where the wind is blowing. In my case, it's there, right? And if you put a sail in opposite direction, it works simple. Whatever direction you rotate it, it will go that way. If you make opposite ways, your raft is almost stationary, which almost works as an anchor, okay? And it gives you a chance to park your raft and then take off without even anchor, okay? This is just a small thing, but useful, especially in the beginning. Next is storing tools. Currently, I can't show you, but the idea is simple. When you have tools, you know absolutely you will not need. For example, I'm going on an island and I know I will not need this. There will be more tools in the game later on. Just store them. You don't need to carry all them with you all the time. Trust me, you will learn a little bit painfully what you need to pick when you land a small island, when you land a big island. Of course, always carry a weapon to defend yourself and such. But there will be a lot of items you just easily can store in some convenient way. Box, when you land on island, you know, okay, I need an axe, I need to something, and then you can grab it. Trust me, this is useful tip, especially how limited and how this game, a lot of the game will be around managing your inventory, okay? Few more points we have. There is just a sample things I remember from my first time playing. At the bottom, right, you see this T, you open with tab everything, your inventory and building and everything, but another important button is T, that brings up basically the story. All the things you find, the story, whatnot, everything will be here. Tips, how and where to find, hints, everything. So whenever you find in the situation where you don't know what and where to do, bring out this story and hints with button T, okay? So next, point 22, research table and build everything. This is just I'm just mentioning, I don't know, maybe someone has never played it, I can't bring up, but here it is, research table. This research table, whenever you build it, there you will see it, just learn how to do it. It's quite easy, but whenever you encounter new material, new item, new something, you need to learn what you can do with it, okay? That's how research table works. And the second thing, how to proceed in the game, is build everything. When you find a new things, currently this is the recipes you start with. Later on, for example, this resources tab, there will be more resources that you can craft. So I can hear you, Sharky, who almost bit my, damn it. Yeah, now that probably will repair or build another one. Anyways, you get the idea. Research table and build everything, every new item you find and you learn on the table. That's how you progress and get new cool stuff in the game. The same stuff I'm trying to avoid spoiling to you, okay? So that's for you to discover. That's something cool. Next up we have a few points at the end is under the settings. Just go with this. It was under controls, there is a toggle sprint. Always make sure it's clicked. What it means, well, okay, I can eat this. It means I am running, you see? This is walking, this is running. So basically, one click, and now for the rest of the game, you should be always running. Basically, forget about the shift key. There is no stamina, nothing, so there's no reason to be slow. Okay? So make sure it's toggled and then run all the time, forever and ever, okay? Next, we have, this is a shift stacking. This is also on whenever you need, I don't know how I can show you, but basically the things you need to bring or put down is I'm holding shift and left clicking. That with simple one click you collect everything, all the stack, okay? That's one thing. And then there was next one is right, yeah, it's hard to explain, but you hold down right mouse button that usually picks one thing, right? That's simple. If you need one thing from the box, for example, just grab one, it's okay. But you can actually hold down and then with mouse button scroll through and pick, let's say, half of it. And let's pick half of this, oh, not half, four. Anyways, you get the idea. These are small minor things, but actually I learned when I already finished the game. So now I want to make sure you know about them. Last but not least, yes, I said 25 points, but here it is. 26 is middle click copy. This is also very useful. It works with building tool. You look at an item, whatever you are, and you can easily switch between building pieces, right? I look at this raft, I click it, and now I have a raft. I look at this second floor and build it. Simple as that. Of course, it's not quite hard to hold down right mouse button and then choose whatever you want, because there's a lot of options. Please explore them all. They are given you right away. But yeah, just this little copy thing, so much easy. What? I fixed it. Damn it. Okay, fine. I fixed it. So that's it. No more tips for me. Oh, 26 minutes long video, which means one tip per minute. Quite good rating. Anyways, please don't be mad. I can give you way more things, how to build what. They are all spoiling. Please be aware the game is huge part of the game is exploration, discovery, picking and getting new recipes, new items, new builds. I don't want to rob you. Don't rob yourself by jumping in some other game where they will show you everything. This is so... half of the game is already ruined for you. Don't do that. So these are the tips without major or minor spoilers. This is all you need to know. From here, I trust, guys, you will be able to get your story, your experience from now on, and that's enough. All right. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I've been playing Raft and yeah, I've finished it. I probably need to make review video, but that's another point. All right, we'll meet in other videos. Cheers.